Having kids is such an important decision.
We're just waiting for the right time.
I'm gonna all of y'all! That's my boy!
This is Idiocracy, where cult classics meet the chaos behind the camera. And today, we're diving into the movie that stopped being a comedy and started looking like a documentary. Idiocracy 26, the film that warned us about a world where intelligence takes a vacation and stupidity becomes the law of the land. But what if I told you, the studio buried it, the actors barely got paid, and the world it predicted, it's already here. These are 5 weird facts about Idiocracy, the dumbest movie that turned out to be right. Fact 1. It started in a Disneyland line. Before Idiocracy was a script, it was a moment of panic at Disneyland. Mike Judge, the genius behind Beavis and Butthead and Office Space, was waiting in line for Peter Pan's flight with his daughters. And right behind him, 2 moms were screaming at their toddlers, cussing, yelling, proudly chaotic. That's when it hit him. He later said, people like this are going to outbreed the smart people. Right there in line, the idea was born. A world where the dumb multiply, the smart disappear, and humanity collapses under its own idiocy. He went to Disneyland with kids and walked out with a dystopia. Fact 2. The movie the studio tried to kill. Fox didn't just hate Idiocracy, they wanted to erase it. No posters. No trailer. No press tour. Some theaters didn't even know the movie's name. They literally listed it as Untitled Mike Judge Project. It played for 1 week. That's it. The studio was terrified. They thought it insulted America. One executive even called the title too mean, so they buried it. But the joke was on them. The film they tried to hide became a prophecy. A silent release turned into a cult awakening. The more the world got dumber, the smarter Idiocracy started to look. Fact 3. The president who almost didn't exist. Terry Crews as President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho. Chaos personified. But here's the wild part, he almost didn't get the role. He auditioned 5 times. Studio execs wanted a safer, more famous actor. By the 5th try, Crews said if you find someone better, just give it to him. Then he unleashed full Camacho, screaming, flexing, improvising lines nobody expected. That moment sold the role. The bike, the guns, the madness. All Terry Crews. And he didn't just play the president. He became the movie's voice, loud, unfiltered, and disturbingly real. Fact 4. Brondo became real. You remember Brondo, right? It's got what plants crave. That fake sports drink became one of the movie's biggest jokes. A symbol of corporate stupidity gone wild. But years later, a startup actually made it real. They bottled a neon green energy drink called Brondo, sold it online, and advertised it using the same idiotic slogans from the film. People bought it. Idiocracy wasn't just a movie anymore, it was a marketing strategy. When fiction becomes a product, maybe the future Mike Judge warned already arrived. Fact 5. The Crocs prophecy. When the art team on Idiocracy needed the dumbest, ugliest shoes for the future, they found Crocs. Back then, nobody wore them. They were cheap prototypes sold online in weird colors. Mike Judge picked them because he thought, no way these things ever catch on. He wanted a joke, shoes so stupid they'd never exist in real life. And then, they did. After the movie came out, Crocs exploded. From a background gag to global fashion, what started as satire literally walked into reality. Idiocracy didn't just predict the future, it stepped right into it. Idiocracy wasn't supposed to work. It was buried, mocked, ignored. But somehow, every year it looks a little more like the news. A movie that started as satire became prophecy. If you laughed, cringed, or just realized how close we really are, hit that like button, subscribe to Idiocracy, and tell us which twisted classic we should decode next. Because the scariest thing about Idiocracy is that it stopped being funny. Welcome to Costco. I love you.